It's My New Life Online. I'm Anita Cochran with Steve Wyckoff.
Good morning.
I decided to do without the gestures. Why, you ask?
Why?
No reason. I just wanted to be different.
Okay. Where's our sponsor today?
Well, we're temporarily going to do a different one. That's the
Temporarily?
great thing about My New Life Online. We can do whatever we want. And we decided instead of drinking in front of you, which we thought was rude, but we plan to do next time, we're going to read in front of you. Oh, wait, I want to read this one. This is the latest one. Tell them what
What are you reading? Oh, it's
your
VIPE.
line?
VIPE High School Sports, the magazine.
Hey, wait a minute. What does VIPE stand for?
Varsity Hype.
Oh, God,
I could have answered that.
I didn't want it from you.
I did know
Anyway, we want to thank VIPE for coming. You're going to hear from somebody who knows a lot about VIPE because today we're going to talk about being an entrepreneur. I'm kind of being an entrepreneur
You are
now.
as am
I'm
I.
not very good at it.
Why
How are
not?
you doing? Are you making any money?
I'm making some money, yeah.
Well, okay, I'm making some money.
Okay.
And wait a minute, I'm happy, so I guess I am pretty good at it.
So what does being an entrepreneur have to do with My New Life?
Well, in many cases, some people just don't want to work for anybody
Yeah.
else. And some people have an idea that hasn't been done that needs to be. And so
they
they've got to see it through to fruition, don't you think?
Yeah, exactly. And we have a couple of experts on it today.
That's the great thing about it. You don't have to go in through this like, oh my God, I want to do something on my own, but I don't know what I'm doing. Not anymore.
No, there's a lot of help. And
Did you like that?
We've got a couple of them here today to help us. We're close to Halloween, so it was good.
It's going to be fun. That's because Wichita really is a hotbed of entrepreneurs. When you look
Yeah.
at all the things that we've started here, do we want to go through them? Pizza Hut, all of them. Rent-A-Center, some major big name ideas have
players.
come from here. And they've made a lot of money, and perhaps maybe that's your new life. Maybe it's our new life. We're entrepreneurs of one fashion. And I think that's something we can all do in our life, period.
Yes.
Because even if you work, wherever you work, there's the idea that you can be fondling and working and growing on the side.
On the side.
There you go. But anyway, so we'll get to VIPE in a minute and all the other things. But first, we want to thank all of our sponsors for helping us bring this to you via computer. I want to welcome our first guest, Alan Badgley from WSU, the Kansas Small Business Development Center. All right, let's just...
Hang on now. It's located at WSU.
There we go.
Correct.
But do they operate? Is it a program at WSU? I know there's a lot of players involved. How's that
Well,
work?
there's three: the Small Business Administration,
Okay.
the Kansas Department of Commerce, and then our host institution, Wichita State.
Okay.
Okay. So you're located at WSU, but who pays the bills then?
Well, that's basically all three. It's
All
a great
three.
cooperative: the Small Business Administration, the Department of Commerce, and then Wichita State.
What's the idea? Why did all three join forces?
Well, there's three components to what we do. We do one-on-one private consulting, we do training, and then I'm trying to think of the third one: training and referrals. We refer people, businesses to our clients, to different referral to other businesses.
Okay, so who called in today and what did they want? Just give me an example. Somebody who called you guys. It didn't have to be today. It can be tomorrow. Or yesterday. Tomorrow.
well,
You can be psychic, and this is going to be one heck of a show, man.
Well, I only go to one other location besides out at the Metroplex, and that is Kingman. So in this example, they also help fund because they pay extra. They pay to have us come out to Kingman once a month. So we go out there.
Kingman, just the city?
Kingman, the city and the county.
Oh,
The
okay.
cooperative. So I go out there once a month and meet with a variety of people. So as an example, I can't divulge any particular. That's part of what we do is we are confidential. But we have a variety of clients. I have people. I was just saying earlier in our seminars, we have people. In my case, I've had clients that in the last year, some that needed money that couldn't get it yet because they're not ready to be there. Others that that did their own expansion and spent as much as $2 million out of their own money doing their expansion. So there's a pretty good variety.
And they just come to you and ask questions?
Some do. I have a group that I call my coffee group. They come in early in the morning, about once every 3 to 6 months, and they're running full speed ahead. They come in with their coffee, they go over a lot of things, and they just say, they're just asking us, they're wanting to know, do you see anything off base? They're really looking for a regional perspective because almost all of our clients have their blinders on. They're out there working by themselves, with themselves, for themselves. And so they've disconnected in a large way away from what they used to do whenever they were working in an environment with other people. So they tend to miss out. So those, if that's all they're looking for from us, and I may have one or two suggestions, and then they're off to the races again. There's others that I call that we need heavy lifting. We're working on a lot of details. They've got serious concerns from
We
those
need to go
existing.
see him.
Yeah. Well, you know, and one of the thoughts that I had, Anita, we've had several guests in here that are learning new technical skills. Are those people the kind of people that they develop the skill set, but they say, I want to run my own business doing this? What if they came to you? What would you do with them?
Well, that's pretty common, Steve. We've got quite a few of our technicians there. They have a passion, and they're called to do something. And whatever it is they're doing, whether it's a mechanic, an artist, a cook, they want to do that one thing, and they tend to not realize that there's a business side to this. They believe that because they can do this one thing, that there should be profit made there.
Yeah.
And it's just a natural. We have too many people that I see that are extremely busy, and they're not looking at the bottom line. And they end up buying themselves a job.
Yeah. Now, you're not going to believe this, but I've read some stuff about this. I read occasionally.
Shocking.
But one of the things Stephen Johnson talks about in his work is they work in the business, not on the business.
Correct.
And they get in trouble because they're really a good technician, they're a good baker, they're a good auto mechanic, but they don't take care of the business end.
Right.
I can tell you already, in my life, trying to be my own little business, that's number one. What I'm grasping with right now is it's hard to ask for money. You don't know about the invoicing and all of that when you're all starting out. And so it is the business part of my business that I'm going, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I could come to you?
You sure can.
Wait, how much are you going to charge me?
That's the cool part is it will cost you nothing financially, but it'll cost you your time and it'll cost some information. Our funders, in order to keep funding us, they need to know what I call that precious detailed information that you really don't want to divulge to others.
Right.
We need it, but we put it in a big package or in a big bowl, so to speak, to give it to them so where they can understand what kind of effect their dollars are making. For instance, in 2007 and 2008, for every dollar the Kansas Department of Commerce gave us, our long-term clients, and that's clients that met with us for 5 hours or more in that fiscal year, returned back $46 in state tax revenue in 2007 and $43 in state tax revenue in 2008.
And taxes they paid back to the
That's
system.
exactly. So it's a great return on their money. But our Department of Commerce would not know that unless you, when you come to become a client of ours, give us that precious detailed information.
Okay, Alan, there's another side though. What if I'm that business guy? I'm not a technician. I don't have this thing this passionate, but I like running the business. What if they come to you and say, hook me up with an opportunity? That
to some degree is typical too. What you're talking about is what I keep telling people is there's a couple of things as we do the research. You mentioned Johnson. Jeffrey Timmons wrote a book called Venture Creation, and what his book was about basically is he profiled a lot of mega successful entrepreneurs, and in doing that, there was one of the things he found that was key is the mega successful entrepreneur surrounds himself with a good team of people.
Yeah.
And we all have certain things we're good at and certain things we like or we don't want to do. And so because we don't want to do it, we don't have the passion to do it, we don't push through to it in that regard. What you find is that if you'll start surrounding yourself with a team, you can make it happen. Most of us want to be, or if you want to be a mega successful entrepreneur, then the idea is to surround yourself with a good team. When you do that, you can make it happen. So a lot of people need that team in order to make it happen anyway. Sure. I see people, as far as entrepreneurs, that don't have the funds to pull off whatever it is they're wanting to do. And I tell them, you've got something that someone wants. And they're like, what do you mean? There are people out there that have amassed money, and now they've got to figure out how to protect that money, how to make that money continue to grow for them. They don't have that idea. They don't have that opportunity. They don't know what to do with it. So they're looking. That's what that matchmaking is about, to where you can find whether it's venture capital, a lender, Uncle Tom, whoever, and getting them to match with the entrepreneur.
Yeah. How has the economy affected your work just recently?
In our case,